Are you tired of drowning in data? Do your brilliant ideas just kind of get lost in a sea of spreadsheets and boring bullet points? What if I told you there's a more ancient, more powerful, and frankly, a more human way to get your message across? A way to turn abstract strategies into these compelling journeys that people actually want to be a part of. Well, let's explore how the oldest form of communication is becoming the most vital tool for modern success. And it really is that simple. This is the truth at the foundation of everything we're about to cover. We are beings of narrative. And in the world of business, embracing that isn't a weakness. It's your greatest competitive advantage. Dear book lovers, welcome to another insight-packed book summary episode of Summerpedia. We are here to bring you more titles in less time. In this episode, we are going to explore the important and highly practical lessons from the book Storytelling in Business by Janis Forman. She makes this incredible case that storytelling isn't just some soft skill. No, it's a powerful management tool that can literally define strategy, build entire brands, and inspire real action. So here's what we've got on tap. First, we're going to explore why stories are basically your secret weapon in today's world. Then, we'll see how you can transform a dry strategy into a compelling plotline. We'll also unpack the essential ingredients of a great story, and then we'll help you find your own signature narrative. We'll finish up with a little about the author and the key lessons you can start using right away. So why this sudden urgency around storytelling in the corporate world? I mean, really, what's the big deal? Well, the truth is, the way we've been communicating has been kind of fundamentally broken. And stories are the fix. Look, we live in a world of just complete information overload. We are bombarded with facts and figures, and it's led to what some people call a societal attention deficit disorder. And at the same time, trust in big institutions is at an all-time low. So what's the solution? Stories. They cut through the noise and help us make sense of it all. They build trust by putting a human face on a corporation. And let's be honest, they are infinitely more compelling and memorable than any bar chart could ever be. And you might be wondering, okay, so who is this actually for? Well, Forman makes it crystal clear. This isn't just for the marketing department. Nope. If you're a leader trying to communicate a vision, an entrepreneur pitching for that crucial investment, a sales professional building rapport, or, just anyone who wants to be more influential, then the principles in this book are absolutely for you. And this brings us to what might be Forman's most powerful idea, that storytelling isn't just about the strategy. No, storytelling is the strategy. It's all about moving from these sterile 5-year plans to dynamic, multi-chapter plot lines that people can actually get excited about. So the heart of this idea is something she calls story in chapters. Instead of a dense 100-page strategic document nobody reads, imagine framing your company's journey as a narrative, a story with a clear beginning, middle, and future. Each chapter represents a different phase, with its own challenges and victories, which makes the huge overall goal feel so much more achievable and exciting. And this isn't just theory, okay? She gives this brilliant example. When CEO Fred Hassan took over a struggling Sharing Plow, he didn't just issue mandates. He unveiled a turnaround plan called the Action Agenda, and he framed it as a story. The first chapter was Stabilize, the second, Repair, all about fixing the deep-seated issues, and the third was Build the Base, which focused on growth. This structure gave a totally demoralized workforce a clear, compelling roadmap they could actually understand and rally behind. It was genius. So here's the crucial point, the big takeaway from all this. The leader, especially the CEO, has to be the author and the champion of this strategic narrative. They have to be the chief storyteller. They're the ones who set the direction, boost morale, and instill confidence by consistently telling and retelling the story of where the company has been, where it is now, and most importantly, where it's going. Okay, so we totally get the why now, right? But how? How do you actually craft a story that lands with real impact? Let's break down the essential ingredients. So what's the recipe for a powerful story? Well, according to Forman, it really boils down to just a few key things. It's got to have novelty, something that surprises the audience. It needs significant details, the little things that make it feel real and vivid. You need to use compelling language, not corporate jargon. You want to create visuals in the listener's mind. And it has to outline a clear journey with what she calls pulse points, those key moments you really want to emphasize. This quote, from a screenplay she uses as an example, is a perfect illustration of a significant detail. I mean, in just one short sentence, we learn so much about this character's vanity and self-importance, and it's never stated directly. That's the power of one perfect detail. And what about that novelty piece? Forman calls this finding the Tabasco sauce. She tells a story about this take-charge guy at FedEx who just seems all business all the time. But then, to make a point, he suddenly breaks into a dance impersonation from a TV show. That is the Tabasco sauce. That unexpected moment is what makes a story and a person unforgettable. You've got to strip away the cliches and look for those moments. Okay, so let's bring this home now. Let's make this personal. The book argues that every single professional needs to develop what it calls a signature story. This one is all about you. So I want you to just take a second here and really think about this. What personal experience, what challenge, what moment of insight truly defines you? What's the one story that, if you told it, would give people a genuine window into your character and what you stand for? A signature story is basically your professional origin story. It's authentic, it's personal, and it reveals what you actually care about. Now, there's a really key distinction here I want to point out. Unlike a corporate press release, a signature story prioritizes emotional truth. It's about how an event felt and what it meant to you, which is often way more important than recalling every single fact with perfect accuracy. Here's a quick checklist to help you find and polish up your own signature story. Does it actually show who you are? Does it create an emotional link with people? Is there a surprising element in there? And, super importantly, does it sound like you? And does it actually serve a purpose in a business context? This is your tool to go from just having a job to having a real narrative. So who is the mind behind all these powerful ideas? Let's take a quick look at the author, Janis Forman. Janis Forman has this absolutely fascinating and unique background that makes her the perfect person to talk about this. I mean, get this. She holds a PhD in comparative literature, so she has this incredibly deep understanding of the art of narrative, but she's also the director of management communication at UCLA's Anderson School of Management, where she advises top executives. She basically lives at the intersection of art and commerce, expertly blending the timeless power of story with the gritty, real-world demands of business strategy. All right, we have covered a lot of ground, so let's boil it all down. What are the crucial lessons you should take away from this explainer and start putting into practice today? Okay, here we go. First, in a world that is drowning in data and has very little trust, stories are your most effective tool for connection and clarity. Second, don't just write a plan, tell a story in chapters to make your strategy actually come alive. Third, master the craft by focusing on novelty and significant details. Go find that Tabasco sauce. Fourth, develop your own personal signature story to communicate your values authentically. And finally, and maybe most importantly, remember that leadership isn't just about managing resources, it's about authoring the narrative. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more impactful book summaries from Summarypedia. And now we want to hear from you. What's your signature story? Share a little hint of it in the comments below.